What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Call of Duty doing a little bit of FFA, again using the FAL and the Fire Selector. This weapon is beastie, and I'm absolutely loving it. I forget which one of you guys recommended it. Whoever it was, thank you so much. I love you, and you can have one of my babies. So anyways, today we're going to be talking about a topic that's kind of got me pissed off a little bit. It's basically kind of more along the lines of the gun control stuff that we were talking about last week, but it's kind of funny because it's almost from a different point of view. The NRA is the big gun lobby that is kind of defending gun rights, and I'm pro-gun rights, so for me personally, I'm all about that. Unfortunately, the NRA is also now starting to blame video games for causing all of these shootings or being a contributing factor to shootings and things along those lines. And that's something I can't agree with. So for me personally, I've been playing violent video games since violent video games pretty much existed. I played... I started playing video games and stuff like that back in '86 when I got my first Nintendo. And odds are that, back then there wasn't a whole lot of violent video games, but you had those fighting games, Streets of Rage and things like that I grew up on. Then you had Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 1, and then, all the shooting games and things like that came out. And, I play a lot of these violent games religiously. I've played Hitman where I've gone through and just killed every single person in a level. And it doesn't mean I go around and shoot people. I don't understand how smart people can have such an issue with things like this. I don't understand. How do you get from point A to point B? There was a kid who shot his family last week. I forget where he shot. I think it was in Texas, now that I think about it. No, maybe it was something else. I don't remember. But he killed his whole family, waited on his dad to come home, killed his dad, sent the pictures to his girlfriend, and then he and his girlfriend went to church that Sunday. And, it was just like, I don't understand how you can even do that and be completely sane. And apparently they think violent video games could be a contributing factor because he played a lot of Call of Duty. And it's like, how do you get there? There's 6-7 million people a week that play Call of Duty, and out of 6 to 7 million people, how many people are going around shooting folks? Not even 1%, not even a half of a 1%. I just don't understand. It's like, well, okay, obviously he breathed air, so air apparently makes people shoot. It's like, just because somebody does something doesn't mean that is what led to their doing something else. I was driving on the way to work today and I wore a white shirt and I got a car accident. That doesn't mean that white shirts cause car accidents. Come on now. And I can understand that the video game industry, I think honestly what this is about is not about what is actually causing these, but is honestly about blame. People these days like blame. They don't like... It's hard to accept that, a kid just went crazy and decided to shoot people. Because that doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense because you're not fucking crazy. That's why it doesn't make sense. You can't comprehend it because you're sane. And so as sane people, we try to figure out, well, I don't understand. Why did it happen? Oh, it was violent video games. Because violent video games made him shoot people and that's what led to it. No. It's because he was fucking crazy. That's what happened. Either his parents just didn't pay attention, or maybe he was just bad. I don't want to blame his dead parents. That sounds fucked up, but you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of different things that cause people to do crazy shit. We had crazy people before we even had video games. There was in the 70s and the 80s, there was a dude who climbed the tower in North Texas and just started shooting fuckers. That was back when, I don't even think there were video games. That was Pong era. It was Pong violent and that's what caused this guy to go crazy? No, he was crazy because he was fucking crazy. And I just, all these gun laws that they're trying to pass now and all of this stuff, if you want to prevent this stuff, you need to implement something that's actually going to prevent it. They're all trying to pass all these different laws and such. We got to ban assault rifles and assault weapons, even though most of these shootings are done with pistols. We've got to make sure that magazine sizes are limited, even though, you can reload in 2 seconds and still do what you're doing, or carry 2 pistols and still do what you're doing. If we want to stop these things, we got to start looking outside the box and stop trying to blame things that have absolutely nothing to do with it We're smart people. We're not idiots, and we got to stop using idiot, solutions. I understand people are mad. I understand people are very heartbroken over this. They want to blame somebody. They're angry. They want to get revenge. They want to, get back at something. But that's not going to stop it from happening again. That banning violent video games, which are not the problem, as you can tell, because there's not a massive amount of stuff. If you want to blame something, blame the fucking media. People who are talking about it all the time. Oh, this dude was crazy and he took out 25 people and here's the kill shots, blah, blah, blah. That is what's causing it. Stop making these idiots famous and just leave them as crazy idiots who had no name that nobody knows about, and just let it die. You won't get copycats, you won't make them famous, etc., etc. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Click the like button if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.